Welcome back to Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement, where we meet here every week at this time to talk about your home, how to fix up your home, how to maintain the value, how to get it ready to sell, or just how to improve things like adding solar or a new fence or new carpet or something like that. Now, if you're thinking that maybe you don't own a home or you want to own a home, it's a good time to buy right now. Or if you want to sell your home, and especially if you're a veteran, because veterans could buy a home with nothing down, and maybe even less than nothing down. I've invited a couple guests in who are experts in this area, Bryan Souza and Justin Tiso. Justin, you do loans.
Correct.
Am I right to say a veteran could get in for nothing down?
Yeah, correct. Veterans get in with 0% down. Right. No down payment required.
And Bryan Souza, from what company?
The Souza Group. We're actually brokered by EXP. Yeah. We were with RE/MAX for about a decade, and we just moved our company over to EXP.
But you're thinking of doing something extra for veterans, even to give them a little extra.
It's funny because when we look at Memorial Day weekend, it's the official kickoff of summer. Mm-hmm. And thank you very much for having us back. I really appreciate that.
Bryan and Justin Tiso.
An official kickoff of summer means for us in the real estate world where home buyers actually come out in droves.
Yeah.
And after they spend the weekend at the lake visiting with their family, they talk about their dreams and goals. And a lot of veterans who have served, we honor for Memorial Day weekend. We want to go ahead and honor as well. So the first home on the list, there's 5 properties I want to share with you today. The first is actually in Sanger, and this is priced at $249,000. This home is ready to move. It's got brand new appliances. It's got brand new air conditioning inside. It's got hardwood floor, and it is move-in ready. The seller has just taken care of all of the pest work inside and outside of the property, so it's compliant from a VA standpoint. And in addition to that, I think we'll do? I think we're going to throw in a free home inspection of the buyer's choice this weekend. So, and for veterans, what kind of things are they expecting as a lender?
Expecting to do pest inspection typically is going to be required for the process, and home inspection is always advised.
Now, Bryan has set it up so maybe the buyer, the veteran, doesn't have to pay for the pest inspection.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they get a home warranty, which
and
normally they would pay out of their own pocket $300, $400, $500. Mm-hmm. So they're going to save some extra money if you go to Bryan Souza.
That covers basically the entire bumper to bumper of the home. If anything breaks during the first year, think of it as an insurance policy where the tech will come out. They'll assess a fee somewhere between $50 and $80 to look at the product. And if the air conditioning is broke and they can't fix it, they'll actually put a brand new one in. I've had clients have that happen to them where
something almost always something happens, some little thing that you don't expect when you move into a home, and it's not the seller's fault. It's just something gives out, and that insurance policy covers that.
The good news with this one, there's a brand new AC on this particular home.
That's a giant patio.
Huge entertainment in the backyard, and there's actually a space to store your boat on the side yard and maybe even your RV as well. So that's our property in Sanger. The other 4 properties we have are in Clovis Unified, and one of the ones I want to start talking about is 652 West Stewart. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom located in the Buchanan area. It's 2,155 square feet, 9,975 square foot lot, and this home has a beautiful backyard pool. One of the best parts about being in Clovis Unified is award-winning schools, and Buchanan actually has a lot of veterans that did graduate and have served for our country. So this is a great home for a family that wants to be in the Buchanan area. And Justin, tell us a little bit about home loans. That most buyers think that they have to have 20% down. Is that true?
No, that's actually a common myth, or it used to be that way anyway. Now you can get in on a conventional loan with as low as 3% down.
3%?
3%. So that's a 0.5% less than what FHA requires.
So that's better than FHA. So a lot of home sellers are actually scared of FHA buyers because FHA has certain requirements. With the 3% down, those requirements are not applicable because it's conventional mortgage. Is that right?
Correct. And there's a lot more benefits also for the actual consumer themselves. They won't have lifetime mortgage insurance like you would when you get an FHA loan. So that actually mortgage insurance goes away. So that saves them financially. And then in addition, they don't pay 1.75% of the loan amount up front to insure the loan through FHA.
Okay.
So they're putting less money down, the mortgage insurance goes away, and typically they're going to have a lower monthly payment because the mortgage insurance.
So they're saving money up front, they're saving money in their life with a loan, And
save money on the monthly payment.
And the interest rate, is it higher or lower?
Interest rate is comparable, depending. Sometimes it's even less depending on their credit.
Depending on the credit, okay. So that's our property in the Buchanan area. We also have another property in the Buchanan area, and this is in the King's Crossing, a highly exclusive area. It's a go-to area for a lot of retirees and new families. It's a gated community. Students will attend Woods Elementary, Alta Sierra Intermediate, and Buchanan High School. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2,031 square feet and on a 6,180 square foot lot. It has an HOA of about $100 a month, and this gym is move-in ready. And speaking of move-in ready, what kinds of things should buyers be thinking about when they get pre-approved for a mortgage?
I think more importantly is just to get pre-approved, get themselves prepared, get them ready, find out what their qualifying limits are, qualify what their monthly payments are, find out if they can afford these houses that they're going and looking at on the weekend on an open house, make sure that that's an actual realistic goal for them and just not flying blind out there, and maybe even uncover some things that they may not know is on their credit that needs to be worked on to maybe put them in a better spot financially, in 3 months down the road versus just jumping right in right now.
That's so funny because you and I have been doing business together for about a decade, and I've been in real estate for about 16 years. And the funny part about that is one thing that hasn't changed, Mike, one thing that hasn't changed in that period of time is, what Justin just nailed, is that buyers think that they can just go find the right house and then start the approval process. And it's kind of putting the cart before the horse. Why is it so important to get pre-approved before you go home shopping?
Well, I think it's just important to see that you can actually qualify for that house. Just because you see a $500,000 house doesn't mean that you even want to have that payment for the $500,000 house.
Exactly.
It just, if you can afford it, that's great. But if you don't want to have that payment, you can always, adjust your budget and to be prepared. Because just like you kind of alluded to, how many times you have people come in and they want to put an offer on a house, but they haven't got their pre-approval. So they can't submit the offer because they don't have their pre-approval.
Just had that happen actually today. Colleen is the house whisperer, as you know, and we have been working with these buyers for a couple years now, and been sending them through the approval process. I'll get pre-approved, I'll get pre-approved. She found a home that she loved and went pending before she's even started the pre-approval process.
Yeah, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. You're better off being ready now, just in case that gem does pop up and you're ready to go. And even if your pre-approval expires, it's very easy for me to go in and update and generate a new letter for you, rather than you calling me scrambling to get approval at the 11th hour and you trying to find your W-2s.
A lot of pressure on everybody that way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So a pre-approval process lasts how many? 2 months or 1 month or?
No, they're good for 4 months, but it's really as good.
4 months.
Really as good as what your
months.
Your documentation expires.
So that's June, July, August, September. If you're thinking of buying this summer, you want to get approved right now. The next house I want to talk about is 3061 Serena Avenue. And this is a resort-style home. It's a Leo Wilson custom, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom, 3-car tandem. It's actually a 4-car, but there's a man cave in the garage. We always appreciate that. And then a theater game room for the kids. This house is 3,772 square feet. It's on a 9,471 square foot lot. This is an entertainer's paradise. You've got in the backyard, you've got a movie screen that can drop down for the backyard movies. You have a very open kitchen space. You can see out there on the pool. A lot of places for entertaining, and off to the side there's a barbecue area to enjoy with the family. And we have a lot of Bay Area buyers, a lot of people that have to actually sell before they buy. And you have a very unique product called recasting.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So what a recast is somebody who maybe they have the funds to come in and buy the house now, so they don't have to sell their house first. They could come in, buy their house, maybe with as little as 3% down, and as long as the servicer allows, after they sell their house, they could take those proceeds, apply it to the balance of the loan, and we will actually go in and recast or re-amortize the remaining balance of the loan as if they brought those funds in right at closing.
So wait a second. If they buy this home, this is a $600,000 home, and they say, okay, you know what, I'm going to put $100 down, but then they sell their previous property and they want to put $400 more down, they can do that?
Yeah, they could do that, and we'll go in and recalculate the remaining term and recalculate what the new balance is, and then lower their monthly
What do
payment.
they pay for that service?
Zero, doesn't cost them anything, and on that type of property, they could do that as many times as they want.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Wow. Yeah, he's a pretty humble guy. This guy, is in Wells Fargo nationwide. He's in the top 20. He doesn't really tell him that, but I like to get the good word out. The last one is on, this is a Copper River Ranch property at 1527 East Via Mirabella Drive in Copper River Ranch. It's in Terabella. This is a Granville. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,834 square feet on a 6,300 square foot lot. And yes, it has a pool in the backyard as well. One of the things you'll love about this home is the aggregate flooring from the front door to the backyard. All the high traffic areas, aggregate flooring wears really, really well in this home, and it's a great place to relax. The location is positively ideal. Students will attend Fugman Elementary, Granite Ridge Intermediate, and Clovis North High School, all award-winning schools in Clovis Unified. So those are our properties, Mike.
Well, our guest is Bryan Souza, for starters, and we're going to talk to Justin Tiso, the lender, too. But, Bryan, how do people reach you? I saw a website, Clovis Schools.
Yeah, ClovisUnifiedHomes.com, ClovisUnifiedHomes.com. We've been specializing in Clovis Unified since 2004, and we do quite a few sales in that space.
I went to Clovis Schools. Look how I turned out. It's the best. I think they're the best. And so is there another website or phone number? How can people reach you, Bryan?
The website's the best way to reach me, but if you want my cell, it's 559-696-3905. I only like to have people text me on that number, so go ahead and if you want to send me a text, that would be great. But ClovisUnifiedHomes.com is probably the best way to find properties. Yeah.
And Justin, you're with Wells Fargo.
Correct.
If somebody wants to reach you, just it's free to ask, right?
Free to ask. Cell phone's the best, 559-706-8091.
If you can't reach Bryan Souza or Justin Tiso, I have their direct numbers. Call me. I'll give you their direct numbers if that's okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if somebody wants to sell a home, should they call you?
Yeah, we'll take care of them.
They'll take care of them. If somebody wants to buy a home, even not one of those you listed today, you'll take care of them.
Yeah, absolutely,
Bryan Souza and his wife, Colleen, they're the most honest, capable, really cool people to work with. But most important, as they discussed here today, call Justin Tiso first. Find out what you're qualified for, because if you look at a $600,000 home, you're only qualified for $300,000. It's just disappointment after disappointment. So call Justin first, call Bryan first, whichever way you do it. We'll get it done. Anything else our viewers should know?
Just like Bryan alluded to, the spring buying season, this is a great time. Purchase homes, refinancing homes, we're seeing rates low as they've been since 2017.
That's a great point.
So it's a great time to buy, very affordable.
And they made another point. If you have a house in the Bay Area or wherever that you're selling and you're going to get a bunch of money, you don't have to wait to buy the new home. Call Bryan or Justin, see how you can work that out and put
that recasting product's amazing.
Product,
we sell about 5 to 10 homes a month, and every single month we have people in that scenario where they have a contingent sale they got to sell before they buy. And because of that, I refer them to Justin because he does a great job. And we just closed one last week, actually. Yeah.
If you're watching live, stick around. Everything Sparkle is next. She'll be on in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after these messages.